sizing works?
Yes, sir, I am present from one facility.
Sir, online testing. Our Shabbat also.
Yes. I am Momin Musaddique, swear in the name of God that I shall speak the truth, the whole of truth, and nothing but the truth. Sure, sir, sure, sure. I am appearing on behalf of Anmol Sizing Work. There are more than 200 units of sizings, and I will very briefly make quick submissions and briefly point out some points from the petition of MERC before your honors. My first point and my first submission is this, that MERC, the petition which they have submitted for recovery of tariffs from consumers, the whole petition they have based on mechanical grounds. For all increase in tariffs and for all recovery purposes, MERC has provided some reasoning behind it. And what are the main reasons? Number one, they take the shelter of COVID-19, they take the shelter of change in law, change in policy, change in distribution, and some change in mechanism. If you see, these all are mechanical grounds. But if you see the supporting documents and their calculations, they are merely based on their balance sheets. They nowhere disclose that due to these factors, the reasons which they assign for such particular recovery, they nowhere describe for that particular reason, for that particular change in law, this is the difference and this is the loss. They nowhere disclose that. And all these factors, they do not indicate any responsibility on the part of consumer for their major losses. But when it comes to recovery, the whole weight is put on the shoulder of consumer for recovery and for their sustenance. So it is what they are demanding from your honors is that you permit MERC to obtain their funds for survival from consumers. But on the other hand, the reasons which they specify before your honors in their petition is that they are suffering the losses due to policy change, due to change in law. This is my first submission. My second submission is that they also pray before your honors that their petition should be allowed for benefit of economy. Economy is my most respectful submission is that the whole development of economy is not based on MERC alone. Your honors have to look holistic view of this matter because we are also contributors of economy. You cannot support MERC by putting industries and consumers in difficult position. We are also contributors. So the whole proceeding or the whole exercise which your honors are conducting, that should not be for the sustenance and for the benefit of MERC. The whole Maharashtra, every single consumer of Maharashtra is looking up to your honors for the protection of their interests as well. So this whole exercise should not be very much company centric. And my next submission is that if you see this whole petition, they are claiming the recovery for the period, the recovery of losses for the period from 2019 to 2023-24. But if your honors, if you see this petition, so there it appears from their petition only that there is no end to this exercise. From next year, from 2025-26, if losses are accrued to the MERC, they will again come before the commission and ask for another hike of the tariff plans. So where we will put end to it? That means their evaluation of losses is incorrect. They are not putting nib in the butt of the issue, but they are just trying to, they are suffering losses, they are claiming recovery. They are suffering losses, they are claiming recovery. Where will they put end to this whole exercise unless and until they do not ascertain the actual reason behind these losses? Then this whole exercise will continue and every single consumer, including industry and every other thing which is associated with power or electricity, they will continue to suffer till there is no end to this. This is my submission. And my last submission is that, and I will conclude, that when it comes to the rights of consumers, the rights of consumers are very well put in the Electricity Rights of Consumer Rules 2020 that says that consumers should have minimum standard of supply of services, electric services. So when it comes to services of consumers, they use the word minimum standard of supply of services. But when it comes to recovery and increase in tariff, then what the rules says that when it comes to recovery and increase in tariff, maximum rates are levied on the consumers. So there is no conformity with the interest of natural justice or for the wholesome interest of justice. So everybody is looking up to your honors that you will protect their interests and you will dismiss this petition so that interest of consumers are also well protected, interest of industry is also well protected, or at the minimum what your honors can do if you are not planning to, or if you are not convinced or satisfied to dismiss the petition, at least what you may do is that you may revert this petition back and ask MERC to come with a revised plan where everybody who is the factor or who is contributing in their losses, so recover, they should distribute the recovery also. They should, in some proportion, they should demand some grant or some facility from government or the law making or policy making authorities, because they are also contributing in their losses, their whole mechanism or setup. So they should also ascertain the recovery proportion to that facilities also. So this is my humble submission which you may consider, and that's my whole submission. Thank you.
Handesh Industrial Development Association, they are number 65.